So in my humble opinion, True Blood works. I enjoy it. I dug the first season. I couldn't watch it fast enough. I rented it from Netflix. Go do that now, or pick it up over on Amazon. I think it works for girls because they love the soap opera with Sookie and Bill. Personally, I'm an Anna Paquin mark, so I love anything with Sookie. Season 1, when she had that ponytail, you know, all she had to do was walk across the screen, and I was glued to it. For horror fans, we get an interesting mix of a Southern Gothic setting with little splashes of gore and Grand Guignol horror moments here and there. Not very often, maybe once or twice per episode, some more horrific than others, but those moments are there, and they are worth watching and paying attention for. And then, of course, there's this bizarre, intriguing mix of charming characters such as Sookie and Bill, and Graham and Renee and Jason. And Sam. Sam's one of my favorite characters, though he's one of the more understated. And Tara even, you know, the list goes on and on. One thing that I admire about True Blood from the point of view of a writer and an artist is the way that they use the race war between the humans and the vampires as kind of a metaphor for almost any kind of racial or social prejudice that we have in our world. And that's a very, very powerful writing tool when you can kind of put those subtexts in there that have a greater social implication in our world. And that's one little touch that I do enjoy very much. So, you know, check out True Blood. Hopefully you'll dig it. You know, if you're a horror fan, don't go in looking for the horror, but if you can sit down and kind of enjoy the romance, enjoy the characters, you can discover the horror and appreciate those moments. And of course you'll dig, you know, all the wild monkey sex with Jason and with Sookie and Bill and everybody else that comes along. And you know, maybe you want to go so far as even check out the books by Charlene Harris. I haven't read it, but you know, several of my friends have read the series. The first one's called Dead Until Dark. You know, hey, all this leads people into horror, and I'm all for it. All in all, I'm all for True Blood. I'm all for Twilight because they help bring new fans into the genre. You know, every teenager that watches Twilight today has a potential to become a horror fan for life, where they'll eventually watch every version of Dracula from Nosferatu all the way to, you know, Gary Oldman, back to Bela Lugosi, to Christopher Lee, to, you know, whomever else comes along. Or, you know, a fan of True Blood today might eventually get into, you know, something like Near Dark, which I have up here behind me, another Southern Gothic vampire story. You know, the list goes on and on. What we want are new fans in the genre. More fans make it more popular, and horror becomes part of popular culture, and it gives filmmakers a chance to make more horror films, to tell more stories in the genre, and just gives everybody a chance to let it grow. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this review. I tried to be as spoiler free as possible. I left out all the major beats throughout the story arc of season 1. Okay, so you can go back and watch it and hopefully enjoy it. Okay, what I've told you is pretty much common knowledge. If you see any kind of synopsis or review anywhere, you know, you're going to glean these bits of information. So if you've been wanting to check it out and you weren't sure, perhaps I've persuaded you to give it a chance. And if so, you know, go ahead, catch up with it. It's not too late. The last episode of Season 2 is coming up this weekend. So catch up with Season 1, dive into Season 2, get ready for Season 3. I hear big things are coming down the road.
In Mutantville, I'll be keeping my eye on you.